So I no longer expect people to do what I thought they should have done. My only expectation is to expect the things and the promises that God said that He would do for me.
What's on your mind, Queen?
Oh, what is asking in my mind today? What's been spoken into my life maybe like a week ago. A man of God said that there was going to be wonderful things that was going to happen in the month of March, and I can already see the harvest. It haven't harvest yet, but I see the harvest. So that brings joy to my inner being.
What about it brings joy?
Because things are about to be fulfilled. But I must stay positioned the way that God has told me to be positioned. That means that God will be adding some people to my life and some people will be removed. You know that at times when God moves you, everybody can't go with you. I think about MC Hammer. Remember how he took the whole neighborhood with him? And he was broke before you knew it. Everybody is not meant to go on your journey with you. So we have to make sure that we're listening to God, that He guides us to know where to put people at. Listening to God, and at the same time, listening to the point to if He said that someone needs to be moved, does not mean that they aren't supposed to be in my life at all, but what position they're at.
How can you determine that it's God telling you to remove or add the individual, the thing, or whatever?
Because it's totally opposite of what I'm thinking. In the Bible, He said His ways is not our ways and His thoughts is not my thoughts. So anytime it's my thought, I'm like, oh, okay, we need to go back to Jesus, because I know that was me. I know that God, how can I say this? At times when He tells me to do things, it's uncomfortable for me. See, me, I will push myself in some uncomfortable situations, but not to the point to where it's so uncomfortable that I have to shift. And it can be a little bit of fear there, but it's a little bit harder when God is saying to do it, vice if I am pushing myself.
If you can, describe a moment that you realize that leading my true value will come with pushback from others.
The moment I opened up my mouth and said that God was using me.
Can you expound on that? Like, what is the experience like for you?
I gotta make sure I don't get mad. Because when I think about this, how people just look like, okay, yeah, she's just doing something else because teachers always do something or queen always do something. And looking like I don't supposed to be used. Because it don't look like how the normal way is. You know, I know that a lot of people feel that my true value, oh, it's cute. You know what I'm saying? And it's more than, it's not a cute thing. My true value is ministry. People don't support you. The ones that is closer to you don't support you. I've gotten more support from people that don't even know me personally than those that are very close to me. And sometimes people think that they're supporting by saying, oh, girl, I watched that. That's not support. So God has revealed to me those who really support me, and the number is small.
So how do you respond to those critiques? And did it change your approach to what you do?
Yes. For a long time, you believe that if you know that God is using you, you may feel that, okay, I belong to this church, I belong to this ministry, so this is where my ministry should be. That is not necessarily true. When God tells us to go to the four corners of the earth, a lot of us feel that it's inside of the building where we are being taught and preached to, and that's not necessarily true. It may not be a pulpit for me, you know. Have I brought a word in someone pulpit before? Yes, I have. And let me be clear in what I said. I said someone's pulpit. So when I realized that my voice was more just for the people that's outside of the building, that's when God started to move more and deal with me. But I needed to understand the assignment. Now, is my leader who I'm accountable to at the building? Yes. But oh my God, I've been on on more than one membership role. And at that time I really wasn't on the disciple spiritual membership of God, but I didn't understand it at the time. So I had to stop looking to people for validation and only look to God and move. And then God will rearrange those who have the same mindset as you and see that God can use you and will use you and is using you. But you have to move yourself out the way so that God can show you those visions and those people. And as he does that, a lot of the people who you thought would be right there, they're not there no more.
How does that make you feel sometimes?
Pissed off, mad. But then I have to understand. So I no longer expect people to do what I thought they should have done. My only expectation is to expect the things and the promises that God said that he would do for me. Because anytime you expect something from people that say that we're family or that I love you or I got you, we will always disappoint each other, but Jesus never disappoints.
With you dealing with a lot of people, situations, personalities via TikTok or real life ministry, not that TikTok is not real life ministry because it is. What role do you believe empathy plays in leadership, especially in a nonprofit environment?
Empathy. What role does it play in leadership? Well, empathy, the world way, ain't gonna work. So it has to be in the way that Jesus sees it. Now, is that empathy the same with every individual? No. It's imperative that I cannot go off a whim of what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling. I cannot bring my feelings and my emotion in it. And I cannot be out here trying to collect friendships when God is saying ministry. You just have to be so clear of where every individual is supposed to be.
How do you get that clarity?
Through God. And sometimes things are going to happen before you're clear. Because you see people, you love people, you God is allowing you to witness to them, to discipleship. And then depending on that person, how they perceive you and the ministry, they could be looking for something else, but God is saying no. And then God has to also direct you how to approach the person to meet the need. Also, if this person is your inner circle, your outer circle, what? If they're supposed to be part of the ministry, yay or nay. I can't do anything just going in without God being in front of it. God has to be in front of every situation that I come encounter with. God has to also be in front of me. If I don't do that, it will be a failure.